My top 10 all-time favorite prog rock records. Top 10. And it's very, very difficult to whittle it down to 10. Did the best I could. There's so many great bands, progressive rock bands out there. You know, I really love epic music, music that you could really sink your teeth into. And it's really inspiring to hear such virtuoso performances like on so many of these prog rock records, right? And a lot of these bands that I'm going to mention, their catalogs are very deep. So it's very hard to pick, you know, one or two. Let me know what some of your favorite prog rock records are. And also, if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us. You know, subscribing to the channel really helps us to keep the content coming. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, click the like button, leave a comment. We so appreciate it. So let's kick this list off, and this is in no particular order. We're going to start with where it started for me, and that's with the band Rush. And it's very hard for me to pick, you know, like my favorite Rush record or one, but I'm going to have to for this list. Actually, I'm going to take a liberty and put two on there. I'm going to go with 2112 by Rush, and just an epic record. And, you know, what a great story. It's the first half of it is a concept record about a guy who kind of takes on, you know, the high priest. It's about a futuristic society where there's no such thing as music, right? You believe that? And this guy unearths a guitar. You know, what can this strange thing be that I found? It has wires that vibrate and give music, you know, and he brings it to before the high priest, and they just crush him and crush his dreams. And the story is great, and the way that they intertwine it with the music, I mean, it's an all-time just amazing piece of work. My second choice from them would probably be Hemispheres, another just absolute masterpiece by Rush. So those two, Farewell to Kings would probably be my third one. I could keep going, but if we're going with two, I'll say those two from Rush. Favorite prog rock record would probably be something from Porcupine Tree. Really love that band. You know, Steven Wilson, absolute genius. The Porcupine Tree records, they're so well produced. They sound so great. It's kind of like you can hear the Rush influence. You can hear the Pink Floyd influence, right? The music is heavier than Rush, but it has elements that you can hear that they pulled from them. And Gavin Harrison's drumming, one of my favorite drummers, just amazing. If I had to pick one from them, I'd probably go with 2005's Deadwing. Love that record, but you know, their catalog is deep too. I could very easily have chosen Fear of a Planet. That's another one of my favorites. That's 2007. Or even In Absentia, another great record. Next, well, my list would be Dream Theater. Favorite one from them. Again, a tough choice because their catalog is so deep. I really like 2009. Yeah, 2009. Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Right from the opening cut, Nightmare, to The Count of Tuscany. Just epic playing. Those guys just all virtuosos. I also like Metropolis Part 2, right? Another great Images and Words. You know, they have so much great stuff, great playing. But Black Clouds and Silver Linings is significant too because it's the last record before that Mike Portnoy, original drummer, was on, right? So that's an important record. Another one of my favorites, In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth, 2003, Coheed and Cambria. We're talking about like concept records. How about a concept discography, right? Unbelievable. For the longest amount of time, right? All their records was the same concept, you know, that fictional universe created by Claudio Sanchez, the singer and guitar player. Just epic stories. A lot of people probably like the later stuff by Coheed. I tend to like the earlier. I like it all, actually. But the earlier stuff, yeah, it's not as well produced or huge. It doesn't sound like an Opeth record or a Porcupine Tree record. But I don't know. I kind of think that grittiness to In Keeping Secrets, it just that's what gives it its charm, right? And I believe this is like the second installment of that ongoing saga of the Armory Wars that he gets into in great detail in his graphic novels, comic books. Just a really prolific guy. 2007 was the year for Rapid Eye Movement, a killer progressive record by the band Riverside. You might not have heard of them. Awesome band. They're from Poland. And they put out some epic sounding records, man. And great stuff. You can hear the influence of Pink Floyd. There's a lot of, you know, there's also heaviness on there. Long, epic songs. You really sink your teeth into it. They take you on a journey musically. And a lot of the atmospheric psychedelic stuff I think the singer bass player Marius, his side project Lunatic Soul, another really cool progressive outfit. Um, you can really hear it on that. I also really like one of their earlier records. It might have been their first one, I think, Out of Myself from 2003. It's another really good one. So if you want to explore some Riverside, start with those two. My seventh choice, again, these are in no particular order. I'm just up to seven. We're going to go with 1996, the second record by Tool, Enema, or however you say it. But that record is just killer. And Tool is one of my favorite all-time bands. There's just nothing like it out there. They're heavy and tribal, and they got that aura about them, and the Maynard's vocals, and it's just an amazing band. And Danny Carey, one of my favorite drummers, what he adds to the band, incredible rhythmic, the whole band actually, the rhythmic concepts they come up with, and they're such killer players and so tight. And I'll tell you this, man, if you've never seen that band live, you got to go check out a Tool show live. Probably out of all these bands, and I've seen many of them live, they're probably up there like my favorite show to go see them. I've seen them live a bunch of times, and it is just an assault on the senses. I could have mentioned a bunch of their records. I like Lateralis. I like them all. 10,000 Days, of course, Undertow. Getting near the end of my list, I got to put Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon on there. Again, a tough choice between that and The Wall. I'm going to go with Dark Side, 1973. That record remained on the charts for 741 weeks. That's like 15 years the record charted for. That's incredible, especially for a prog rock record, right? But their songs, obviously catchy. They had a lot of radio hits with it. Ninth choice for me, I got to go with Operation Mindcrime, 1988 from Queensryche, right? Man, that was a huge record, and I love that record. I still love it to this day. To me, it still sounds awesome and fresh, and Jeff Tate's vocals and the guitar team of Chris DeGarmo and Michael Wilton, right? And the thing that I love about that record is, the songs, not necessarily like the really long, epic songs, because I think most of them are 5-6 minutes, 4 minutes. I think there's one 10-minute song, but for the most part, they're shorter. But there's so many great songs on that record, right? Eyes of a Stranger, I Don't Believe in Love, Revolution Calling, Operation Mindcrime, Breaking the Silence. I can go on and on and on. Just incredible music, and the concept is great about the disillusioned guy who's a recovering former drug addict, and he kind of gets roped into joining this revolutionary group and becomes an assassin. It's headed by Dr. X. I mean, it's a cool concept and just an outstanding record. And my 10th choice, I would probably put an Opeth record on there. What a great band. I'm going to go with Watershed. I really like that record because it kind of combines like the heaviness of them, but yet some of the lightness of them too. And I really like that. And I do like that good mix, and it kind of like they're balancing that mix of progressive rock with their, ultra heavy kind of guttural vocals, kind of metal, and or death metal, and they pull it off, and their records sound so great. They're so well produced, and the playing is great, and I really like a lot of the songs on Watershed. Blackwater Park's another really good one. I also like Damnation. A lot of people don't like that record because it's such a departure from what Opeth, what they normally do. But you got to give it to them. They keep trying new things, and that was a brave move, I thought, of them. And like I said, a lot of people, I think it's a good record and sounds great. It was produced by Steven Wilson, so it's just. And their songs are really good on there. And I want to throw something on there as a bonus, something that's kind of new. Well, it came out in 2015. The English band Tesseract. If you haven't checked them out, check out these guys, man. Really good. Their third record, Polaris. Awesome, man. The time changes and the rhythmic stuff they come up with is so cool. And this record, the original vocalist, who was singing with Sky Harbor for a while, is back. So a lot of people probably say, well, how could you have a top 10 list of all-time great prog records and not have any Genesis or King Crimson or Zappa or Jethro Tull or Radiohead or Peter Gabriel? And that stuff is all great. It's all great, really. It's just that I don't find myself listening to that stuff as much as the stuff that I'm listening to now. And even there's a lot of stuff out now that's great. that I like, and I list stuff like Mastodon, stuff like, you know, some of the Neil Morse stuff, and Spock's Beard, and Leprous, and bands like that. But I just find myself listening to this other stuff more, you know. So it's just so much to choose from. Let me know how you like this video. Let me know, you know, what kind of guitar lessons you'd like to see, what you would like to learn, as well as you can, you know, write in some of your favorite prog rock albums and music and what you like. We'll get some dialogue going. Don't forget, if you like the video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us, and I really appreciate that. It really helps us keep the content coming, right? Check out in the YouTube description box. I'll put some links to some of our free guitar lessons and some of my free ebooks, right? I'll put our Facebook link. You can be friends with us on Facebook. Keep being inspired by this music and this playing and this style, right? And remember, if you're a guitar player, your guitar playing is an evolution.